Good morning, evening, or afternoon, and happy Mother's Day. This is going to be an energy reading and healing and focusing on shadow work. So all of my readings focus on shadow work. So we're going to first start with the archetype cards by Caroline Myss. Because in order to clear your energy field and to start creating, you need to be able to look at your shadow and integrate your shadow. And we all want to be magicians. We all want to create the life of our dreams. But in order to do that, we need to bring our shadow out into the light and integrate it. Oh, I repeat myself a lot. It's because I teach college and I have to repeat myself a lot. Also, I'm a therapist, so I have to repeat myself a lot. Sometimes you need to hear yourself sometimes, and sometimes people need to hear things over and over again before they really start to hear it. So what is it that you have been hearing over and over again that you weren't ready to hear, and now you're ready? Again, I always say that my readings have a lot of silence and space in them, and that is so that you can hear God and your spirit. And God doesn't always speak in words. Usually that would be like a spirit guide or something. My dog's outside the window. God speaks in knowing and songs and nature. Really, everyone is God speaking to you. And the more you can get into that alignment, the more you see repeated messages over and over and over again. Synchronicity. It's like so magical. Okay. What is the energy that we're working with today? What is the archetype? What is the archetype that we're working with today? What do we need to see in order to move forward? There's a lot of noise out there in the world. You can hear it at my house. My boyfriend is sawing out there. So it's sometimes hard to hear your own voice, or God's voice, or Spirit's voice, with all of the noise going on in the world right now. So we have to find quiet spaces. Companion. Ooh, this is the shadow card that we're working with. We have the light attributes and the shadow attributes. It's companion. Loyalty, the light attributes are loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And the shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences and loss of personal identity. Okay, so do you sometimes lose your identity to the other person in your life? Do you give too much of your power away? Have you been betrayed by giving too much to someone else and not really listening enough to yourself? It's a balance. Okay, let's see how that shows up in the other cards. We're going to do the Light Seers Tarot. Are you being enough of a companion to yourself? You should be most loyal. Yeah, they use that word loyalty in here. You need to be most loyal to yourself. Okay, so we're taking now from the Light Seers Tarot, which also has a light and a shadow. What do we need to learn about companion? Is there more information that we can get from the Light Seers Tarot? And we have more information about the companion archetype. Yeah, it's really about being your own best friend. And not trusting too much in somebody else to do that. You have to really know yourself to know what's important to you and what not to sacrifice. Or have you been confiding too much in somebody and not really holding enough of your own sacredness to you? Holding your own, recognizing where your boundary is and holding that boundary. Not letting people into your own personal space. Okay. Unselfishness is also there in the light attributes. A lot of times we think that we're being selfish. I was reading a book on the art of selfishness. It says unselfishness, but there is a balance between unselfishness and selfishness. And I think it's okay to be selfish when you know what you need and you want and you are not willing, that's your value, and you're not willing to compromise that. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. I'm going to get maybe like 3 cards from this deck. Queen of Cups. Is there anything else? If anything else wants to come out, maybe there's nothing else that wants to come out. It seems like we're not getting anything else. So maybe this will be a shorter reading today. Okay, I'm really just getting the Queen of Cups, which makes sense underneath that companion. The light attributes being loyalty. Yeah, I'm doing a video right now.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Do you need me right now?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know you were busy.
Okay, so loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, and that is being loyal to yourself, tenacious about your own values and what matters to you, and unselfishness. I want to say selfishness. I want to say selfishness instead of unselfishness. Because when you're selfish enough, then you have so much to give to everybody else. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not getting any more of these. I just modeled for you by not interrupting myself for somebody else. Queen of Cups. So I want to see what the Queen of Cups wants to tell us. She's extremely intuitive, highly attuned emotional intelligence, love and compassion, sensitivity, strength, empathy, leading with your heart, healing. My intuitive heart openly expresses deep love. And you can do that, that's what I was just saying, when you're selfish. You can do that when you're selfish by loving yourself and really putting your values, being loyal to yourself, being your own best friend. Then you have so much to give. This is what I have been learning on my journey. Because I sacrifice too much of myself for a relationship. And what I'm finding is that the more honest and true I am to myself, the more I receive from others, including my relationship. And there's a balance between giving and receiving in my relationship. But that's because I made myself my own best friend. And I'm not willing to compromise what's important to me. I put that first. And I think for a lot of women in particular, and it's Mother's Day, so I think that's kind of funny, we do sacrifice ourselves for other people. We were taught to do that. But it hasn't, how is that working for you? It's not, right? It hasn't been working for us. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just depletes us. And this is working. And this is working. Put yourself first, be your own best friend, be loyal to yourself, be tenacious about your values and what's important to you, be selfish. When you're selfish and you hold that boundary around you and what's important to you, what you love, what you now hold yourself worthy, and things just come to you and you give and receive and you're in balance. Pay attention to your intuition. You know when somebody's abusing you, you just have ignored it. You ignored it. We got the Queen of Cups right side up. But I do want to tell you what the shadow side of that is too, because that is where we get stuck, I think, when we overgive and we sacrifice ourselves for others. And mothers do this a lot. I just saw somebody posted, somebody I really like, somebody I thought would know better, you know, posted to all those mothers who sacrifice for everybody else. And that's like a value that we're supposed to have as a mother, sacrificing for everyone else. And when your children are really little, we do have to do that a bit more. But there's a balance, and it's really important that you take care of and cherish yourself. And really, it's being your own best friend. So the shadow side of the Queen of Cups is controlling or suppressing emotions. And we do that when we're like, oh, we don't need anything. Yes, we do. Feeling insecure, a need to listen more, irrationality, emotional blackmail, being melodramatic, an opportunity to be responsible for your own emotions. When we sacrifice our own needs and feelings for other people, it gets out of balance. So we really need to make sure that there's a balance. And there are certain things that you need to do for yourself to make yourself feel good. What is that? What are the things that you really need to do to nurture yourself? It's about nurturance, self-nurturance. What are the things that you need to do for yourself that makes you feel important and loved and cared for? Because as mothers and women, there probably isn't going to be anybody else doing it for us. I'm going to pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle to see if we get any other information about that. What else do we need to know about being a companion to ourselves? Being the Queen of Cups. Being the beautiful woman, the mother that you are. And if you're a male, balancing your feminine side. You have that too. You have that feminine side, that intuitive, emotional, loving, nurturing side as well. What do you need to do to care for that? Okay, what else do we need to know about this? It's hard when the world is banging down your door and telling you what they need. It's hard to just go in and listen to yourself and ask yourself, what do you need? But it's unsustainable when you don't do that. And I think we can all see that it's not working for us. It's not working. We need to find balance. To the sea. There's a lot of water here, so it's about flow. It's about learning to be in the flow. And things don't flow, they get backed up when we don't take care of ourselves. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Is there an opportunity out there that you want to take, but you're letting somebody hold you back? Trusting somebody else's idea of what's good for you? I'm going to read you the protection message too. We got it right side up, but the protection message is the shadow side of it too. So, and that's where we get out of balance. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. Okay, I actually don't feel like we need this one now. I feel like we need to actually decide what we want and go for it. What matters to us. Because I don't think we're going to get blocked now. The only thing that's going to block us is our own sense of letting others hold us back, feeling like it's not okay to be selfish. It is okay to be selfish, because when we give to ourselves and we're happy, giving and receiving become one. Love just flows out of us. And there's an abundance of it. It's not something that we have to hold on to. It just flows. It's one with everything. It's that synchronicity. This is what we need in order to move forward. We need to let ourselves know as women that we matter. We matter. We're not just here to serve everyone else. We matter. What matters to you, and how can you put yourself first? Happy Mother's Day. That's your gift.